On day one of His Excellency Faustin Archange Touadéra's visit here in Rwanda, both countries signed extensive cooperation agreements to do with research in the mining sector, boosting the transportation sector, bolstering the security organs in the Central African Republic, and also agreements to do with economic planning. Engaging in such cooperation is seen to be beneficial on a much broader front.
Mon vœu est aussi celui du président Kagame.
My wish is the same as that of President Kagame of changing our cooperation and have a vision of the sort of cooperation in the Southern Hemisphere that is based on solidarity, sharing, and the integration of Africa that can allow us to face challenges that arise with time and persevere through history.
Capable de résister aux aléas du temps et de se pérenniser dans l'histoire.
It was also stressed that challenges cannot be an excuse for inactivity, rather a reason to act appropriately.
Even with the problems, there are still opportunities. As we both mentioned earlier, we have come together, Rwanda and Central African Republic, around addressing problems. So for us, we are just doing what we all know, not sending message to anyone. And I think it will also be a demonstration that those things we say every day should not just remain in words. They can be done, and done with good results, like is already beginning to happen in Central African Republic with the countries that rightly engage with and in that country. So I think for me it's what we should be doing.
The contributions of Rwandan peacekeepers in the Central African Republic was also commended.
Nous sommes très satisfaits de la contribution, la manière dont le contingent rwandais travaille.
We are very satisfied with the contribution and manner in which the Rwandan contingent in MINUSCA works. Those forces are loved by the people of the Central African Republic because of their achievements. Their contribution allowed us to halt the attacks by the CPC. Had there not been any cooperation to support the Central African Armed Forces, FACA, I believe the situation would be completely different compared to what we know today. This visit from President Touadéra comes after President Kagame's visit to the Central African Republic in 2019.
Today we briefly spoke to Rwanda's Minister of Trade and Industry to ask her a few questions about the agreements that have been signed with the Central African Republic. Take a listen.
Honorable Minister, let me begin by asking you, how will the agreements that Rwanda and the Central African Republic signed benefit both countries?
Those two agreements are signed benefiting both countries because for a country that has been with some instability in terms of peace and security, usually the population there needs to recover from an economic point of view. And being on the Rwanda side, having some way of doing business there, we first initiate the recovery economy for them, providing job employment for citizens in Central Africa, but also creating a way, a path to recover from that instability they are just getting now. From our side also, we think that have areas of partnership with them for what we are good at and where we can support for the potential we have in Central Africa. So be it from a national point of view, but also from a private point of view, it benefits for those sides.
And would you say that these sorts of agreements between countries help the continent when it comes to much-needed intra-African trade?
I would say that it first benefits the two countries themselves, but it goes in alignment with the inter-African trade we want to see happening and taking place in more than one country, in many countries, because we are brother countries and we are able to have something to do together. So I think it's in the benefits of the two countries, but it goes also in alignment with the inter-African trade.
And my final question, what sort of progress can Rwandans look forward to when it comes to trade with the Central African Republic moving forward into the future?
I think the president made it clear. The Central Africa president saying that he wishes to see Rwanda investing massively in their country. There's a lot of opportunities there, not just in mining, but also in agriculture, in services, in transport, in infrastructure. And I think for that call, it's something significant, it's something consistent, be it for their country, but also for ours. And we think that we will go as much as possible responding to that call.
Minister Beata Habyarimana, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.